Hey guys, it's me, Brianna Archuleta, and I was in the Beast Games. Yeah, I was in the Beast Games, which was like so crazy. I thought it was crazy. Like, I got picked to be in the Beast Games. But in these videos, I'm gonna do a few parts. So it's not all gonna be in one video because there's just so much to talk about and so much to say about like my experience of being in the Beast Games. So the first video that I'm going to be doing is the application process, and I'll be talking about how I got to Vegas and like the whole process there to get into the Beast Games. And then once that is done, then I'll do another part talking about all the games that happen and like everything, like drama and everything that happened there. And then the last part will be like when I went home and I waited to go back to the Beast Games, and then like different things like that. So basically it's gonna be a couple parts, so just letting you know. So if you want to go see those parts and you want to skip this, that's fine. And I will be showing photos too. I'm not sure if I'll be showing them in this video or the other videos, but I will show photos. But this is all about my personal experience about being at the Beast Games, and like it was just crazy. It was so cool. Okay, well, anyways, so the application process. So for me, the application process was kind of surprising because I wasn't really expecting anything. I got an email, and in the email, it was from Mystic Art, and it was a personal invitation for me to go and apply for the Beast Games. Now, just because it was a personal invitation does not mean that I had like a higher chance or anything. I think it just meant like, oh, you applied, like the email that I had sent in, like just in case if there was anything for like Mr. Beast or anything like that, if I could get a notification, to be able to apply to it. So that's what it was. So I ended up kind of looking at the email. I was like, should I not? Like, is this real? Is this not? Because I had sent that email way like back then. So like I was just kind of like surprised. Anyway, so then I was like, you know what? I was with my best friend. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna send it, see what it is, like, and hope for the best. If I get it, I get it, and if I don't, then I don't. Like that's the reality of it. So I applied, and in the application, it was just kind of like your name, your age. You had to be like over 18. You had to agree to like different things. The other thing that they wanted was an audition video, which was just kind of like talking about yourself. What would you do with the money? Would you like steal money, or would you split it? Like different scenarios. And you kind of just talked about like what you did for a living, why do you want to be a contestant, and what would you do with the money. Basically, it's just like that was pretty much like straightforward. Then you sent some pictures of yourself and you just sent it off. So that's what I did, and I waited a little bit, and I was like, okay. Well, actually, I kind of got a call like 2 days later, like a day later, 2 days later, and it was a phone interview. And she was just very kind, and she was like, hey, like, this is from Mr. Beast. So this is just a phone interview, and she just kind of talked to me about like if I had anything with medical needs, if I had any like surgeries or anything like based medical, and as well as she asked me if I were to be willing to get buried alive, which I said yes. They asked me if I'm a good swimmer, which I said I'm an okay swimmer, like I'm like decent. And they just asked like different things like that. They kind of just asked again, like, what would you do with the money? Why do you want to apply? Why should we pick you? And I just kind of answered honestly. I wasn't like, oh, this and that and that. Like, I was just kind of like, hey, like, I think it would be a cool experience. I think it will be pretty awesome to do. Oh my gosh, that is not okay. Whatever. I was like, I didn't know that was the lashes. Okay. Anyway, I just like was straightforward. I was like, yeah, like I think it's really cool. Like, hopefully I can get there. And she just explained to me, this is just a phone interview. That does not mean you're in the game. And I said, okay. She goes, there's going to be other steps, and you are not in the game until you're actually there, or until you get the email saying like, congratulations, you got it, until you're there. And I said, okay, sounds good. And she ended the call. She was very sweet and kind. The call had lasted maybe like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Like it was a really quick phone call. And then she did say I had to do some paperwork, so she sent me the paperwork. And about a week later, I sent in the paperwork because it took a little while. And then I waited. This was like a 2.5 like application process, like from the beginning to end. So then in June or so, I got another paperwork that I had to send in, just like some more like, if you get hurt, you know, you can't sue them, like you can't, like things like that. Basically just a contract like any other contract, that it's like if you get hurt, they're not really liable, like things like that. It's just kind of like it's your responsibility, right? And I signed all of that and sent it in. And then at the end of June, I got another paperwork, so I sent that in. And then they said if you're going to the next stage of the application process, you will get another email and more paperwork in July. Well, the first week of July passed and nothing. I was just like, okay, I guess I didn't get through. And about the second week of July, halfway through, they sent me the email. Congratulations, you are in the Beast Games. Like, I was like, what? Like, okay, cool. Like, I was so surprised. I was so happy. I was so excited when I read that email. I was like, whoa. Like, I actually did it. Like, I actually was able to, like, get in, right? And so then I was like, great. And then they sent me more paperwork I had to complete by the end of that week, the second week. And then they were like, yeah, you're flying out to Vegas. Complete all this paperwork so we can get your plane ticket and, you know, everything is so, like, you know, together. And I was like, this is happening. This is actually happening. And I submitted everything. And I told my parents, I was like, hey, like, I got in. They were like, okay, just be careful. And it was just crazy. Like, I still couldn't believe it. Like, I was still like, am I actually like going to do a Beast Games challenge? Am I? Like, what? Anyway, so then that was the application process. It took about 2.5 months or so. Like, it was really a lot of waiting, but that, like, it was fine. Like, obviously I understand. And so basically after that, then the time came to go to the airport in Las Vegas. And well, not Las Vegas, sorry, where I live, New Mexico, in Albuquerque. So that morning, my mom, I packed everything because they gave us a list. They gave us a list of like what to bring, what you need. Like for 3 days, we had to like bring like 3 days like undergarments and all of that, like 3 days of everything. And what is it called? Like just black joggers, sports shoes, and what else? I think that was pretty much it. Like, it was just a quick list. So I packed all of that up, and my mom drove me in the morning to go, and we went in, and everything was great. Everything went great. I got my ticket. I went up, and then they told me, oh, something's wrong. I was like, what do you mean something's wrong? And they were like, the security was like, yeah, something's wrong on your like ticket. I was like, what? Like I was so close to missing the flight. So I ran back down. I called my mom. I was like, don't leave yet. Don't leave. I was like, I don't know what's happening. Something's wrong with the ticket. And I went down and I waited, and it felt like forever. I was like, really? Like, come on. Like, the line was just not moving. Obviously it was, but like, you know, you're just so anxious. She changed it. It was my birthday. My birthday was wrong. Well, anyways, I run back upstairs. She's like, I'm not gonna leave until you're like there, like on the airplane. So I checked in, everything was great. I had to go all the way to the last terminal. Like, I was like, really? Like, this is like, ugh. I had to like quickly run over there like as fast as I could, and I was able to make it on my plane, which was the best thing ever because it was really a big relief. Well, this video is gonna end, but I'll have a part 2 next. So yeah, we'll see you there.